Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. It's been a while. Thanks for coming back. A little subject, real quick. Let's get to it quick. I'll call it the art of speaking from the heart. So I've been noticing in my life there's a lot of debate. There's a lot of conversation, persuasion. There's a lot of parents specifically making presentations to a collection of school board members, arguing about restrictions and mandates for masks and such, and speakers coming up in front of Congress and the House, and there's a lot of debate, a lot of persuasion, a lot of convincing. My point is there's a lot of intimidation. There's a lot of chastising and belittling and intimidation and threatening. This video is about how to speak from the heart. See, when you want to get your point across to somebody, whether it be, in a relationship, family, you're having a discussion, a tenuous discussion to a family member or a relationship partner, and it's getting heated or something, and you want to make your point across, and you want to speak from your heart, and you want to convey your needs, and you want to listen back, and intimidation and threatening and anger and belittling is not the way to get the point across. I'm sorry, this is very important that I think humanity considers more. The art of speaking from the heart. In order to get your point across, you have to be vulnerable. You have to speak in surrender. There needs to be a love for yourself and for the other person you're talking to. So, for instance, when a parent is talking to a school board about mandates and restrictions and kids, they're wanting their kids to be educated in a certain way, and, the pitfalls of mandates, whatever it is. These parents are just yelling and chastising and threatening the school board, and they're not going to get their point across. You're not going to be heard if you threaten somebody. This is some dire times right now where the art of communication needs to be refined and needs to be very developed, because there's a lot of discussion and there's a lot of, timely misunderstandings and revamping of society. There's changeovers. And we need to be very, persuasive has a bad connotation, but we need to get our point across lovingly and respectfully so that person hears us. See, when you threaten somebody, when you try to intimidate them, when you say, listen, you're going to do what I say or else, or, bad things are coming to you unless you hear me, or how dare you, shaming, how dare you do this, and you threaten me, and retribution is coming, that other person's not going to listen. That other person's going to tune you out. That other person's going to resist you. And that goes with everything in communication. If you're talking to a partner and you're conveying your needs and it's very important and they're not listening, well, getting angry and threatening is not going to help. So the art of speaking from the heart, if we want to get our point across and we want to be harmonious, we need to do what I'm doing right now. You need to listen. My intention, you got to set an intention. My intention right here, loved one, is to come from a loving place, to be harmonious with you, is to achieve a place where we can both be happy. You say that to the person. I have a certain need that's important, and you have a certain need that's important to you. We need to come to a compromise, because whatever's going on is not working for me right now, and I'm not going to be mad at you. This just needs to be remedied so we can both be on the same page, so we can both grow as a partnership. I have certain needs that are not being met, and I want to bring it to your attention. And I really hope that you receive me, because we're all in this together. School board, who is doing things with my child that I don't approve of or I don't like. School board, we're all in this together. I care about you just as much as you care about me, and I want to get to the bottom of this, school board. I have a feeling that you guys are not being truthful about what you're doing. I have a feeling, school board, that that you're being influenced and you're doing decisions that are not in our best interest. You're making decisions for my child that's not in our best total interest. Partnership, relationship, you're doing something that I don't think is good for the both of us, and I want to bring it out, and I want to speak openly, and I don't want to attack you. I don't want to shame you. I just want to be truthful and open and honest of how I feel, because I don't feel too good right now. I feel like I'm not being heard. I feel like you're doing something that's affecting me, and maybe I need to correct it, and maybe it's not your fault, maybe it's my fault, but we need to air this out. We need to all be happy, because if we're all not happy, it's not fair. I don't think you're being fair, school board, relationship partner, and we both need to be fair. I'm trying to be fair as much as I can. And it's good for all of us if we're all fair and equal. So there feels like there's an inequality right now, and I feel like I'm getting the short end of the stick. And if you're not going to listen to me, if you're not going to hear what I have to say, and I'm coming from an open place because I care about you, I care about me, if you're not going to listen to me, then I'm going to have to do something else. I'm going to have to, reprimand in fairness that you're not listening to me, and that's not okay. And if you're going to continue not to listen to me and not to honor my needs, I'm going to honor your needs. But if you're not honoring my needs, then I'm going to have to take action, and I'm going to have to leave this relationship. I'm going to have to close my heart to you. I'm going to have to call the authorities to get you under pressure by the authorities, school board. Me and the other parents here or whatever, we're going to come together and we're going to put more pressure on you until you're fair with us, because fairness is the most paramount thing we can achieve together. And if you guys are not serving us, elected officials, if you elected officials are not serving us and do what we say because you're serving us, we're the people, then we are going to have to get rid of you. We're going to have to pressure you lovingly until you agree with all of us, the consensus. See, this is the type of communication we need. We need heartfelt, respectful back and forth where both parties' needs are being met. Thank you for listening. I hope this goes well. I think this is something I think we can all practice, is to not get overly angry and not be in resistance and not chastise the other person when the other person is not listening, or etc. Cool, guys. Thanks for listening. Till next time. So if I can conclude here real quick. The art of speaking from the heart is you got to disarm the other person. You have to disarm yourself. That's how you disarm the other person, is you come unarmed as well. We have to care about everybody. We can't do one against the other. Everybody, your oppressor, the person you're talking to that is being short with you or whatnot, needs to see that you're hurting them. You have to admit that you're being hurt. You have to admit that you're uncomfortable. They have to see that you're being vulnerable and that you have nothing to hide. That is the key to speaking from the heart and opening up and getting people to unify with you. Is you have to treat them like you treat yourself. They have to see that you are upset, that you are being getting the short end of the stick here. And you have to appeal to their hearts. You have to appeal to them. You have to appeal, look, you're hurting me, and I don't know what to do about it, and this is not fair. You're hurting me. You have to be vulnerable, and you have to show that you're being hurt, and people will listen because you're not armed. You don't have an ulterior motive. We need to get back to union and love. We have to get away from this one against the other. People are oppressing us because they think we deserve it because we're angry with them. When we show that we are just like they are, we're equal to them, and we are suffering, and we have to make them aware of their circumstances. We have to make the oppressor aware of their karma. Look what you're doing to us. Are you ready to accept this karma, this judgment on yourself? Look what you're doing to me. Are you aware of the backlash? Are you aware of your actions? Are you unconscious? I'm trying to bring consciousness to this situation. I'm trying to bring both of us to be aware. I think a lot of oppressors are unaware of how they're treating other people. They're unaware that they are hurting other people. That's about it, guys. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching this video. Take care.